Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to our YouTube live streaming. Guys, I think we have it. We forgot to start the live stream on our the Arena app. Obviously, if you don't know anything about the Arena app, it's a decentralized app that we're pushing these days to go live at the same time on all platforms. Nothing major. We're not expecting any major from any of these platforms, but hey, is a good way to give it a shot and see where growth is gonna come from, because hey, there's always a new opportunity in any other platforms. Again, this is probably the third week on YouTube. Um, on live streaming on YouTube. If you really want to help and be part of my community, currently we got nobody on YouTube. It's the reason why we are building the YouTube live streaming, and we are also gonna check end of the 2 month marathon of streaming every single day, as far as long as we can, is to see whether the buzz is right around YouTube, and if YouTube is actually a better platform than and TikTok. I doubt to believe, but also I really don't have a huge platform on YouTube. I mean on TikTok to either agree or disagree. So that's why we're doing all of them. We're doing both platforms and hope that end of the 2 month marathon, we can say, hey, for sure, this platform is the best. All right. We're also doing live streaming on our favorite app, the Arena app, guys. Let's start the Arena app because I'm late on that. Sorry, everyone on the Arena app for my camera. I mean, I'm technically using my. You can see I'm using my laptop camera, which currently stands black and white. No idea why. I do not understand why. Probably I dropped my computer multiple times, and that caused it. Honestly, I did not check the markets today. It seems that we're still doing what we said we are going to do. It's still in the building in the same channel. It's the one, two, three, fourth day of kind of consolidation to the upside, or recovery, whichever it is. But remember, we had, how many days was this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We had 11 days of drop, completely destroying the market all the way up from 106.88 on to the bar all the way to 80,000. So we had 20,000 drop started November 11th. That's crazy because October the 10th was that big, huge liquidation drop, right? And November the 11th was the beginning of the second phase of going down. Basically, it started earlier than that. It started November 3rd, but we had only 2 days, small recovery or consolidation to the upside, and then we had over a week of every single day going down in the market. It does not look pretty. Currently, it might be just like every other consolidation before we went down. Let me share the screen. Oh, I am not sharing the screen on. Sorry, everyone on the arena. I will share. I will share. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, I will unmute myself. I keep forgetting that. All right. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show everybody at on YouTube first, since I am live streaming all platforms. So this is our initial drop, right? And then we had a little bit of recovery, whatever you call it. And then we had 4 days of flash. We kind of went sideways slash a little bit of momentum here, all the way there, 101.15, and then we had those 3 days and a little bit of sideways and big 2 day flush and recovery, and then we had those 11 days all the way from 107, that rejection, to basically 80. And now look, it's not promising. If you do Haikanashi, you can see it's just like 2 days, you know, of green. Well, this day is already in process, and we still got 11 hours and 20 minutes to close this day. So basically, still you see there's no volume on those 2 days. It's proud, like, look at this volume. Look at this. Even though it's still, but you can see the difference, right? This three kind of more look like a doji than anything else. Looks like doji candle than anything else. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm really sure, or we kind of, it's a rest before they storm to the downside. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know which one it's going to be. Let's hope that we have at least no, rest of November to December, a little bit of variety here. I mean, we is 80. What is it? 87 400. So there always a chance of push to the upside, but nothing's guaranteed in this market. Nothing's guaranteed, and especially if this is a start of a long bear market that could be over 100 days, over 500 days sometimes. Because if we starting from October, and then we probably going to go October 2026, and it could be, we could see something bottoming around the result of the midterm in 2026. I'm just saying that could be, we could be going down until then. So um, I'm not optimistic. I don't see anything that would sustain the market, especially the level of drop that we had. You would be expecting huge volume, big volume days, but now you have a small recovery rally, and then kind of like going after liquidations and going stuff like that, and then it continues to the downside unless that changes. um, I'm just gonna stay straightforward say, hey, we don't stand a chance of recovery, meaningful recovery, to say we can, anything can happen in this market. I mean, if the money is sitting on the side, they can literally hype everybody in a week or two, and the market will go in crazy levels. But until that happens, until that happens, we're just gonna sit aside and say, hey, if we get a good weeks on our way, we'll take it. If we don't, then we're not gonna cry over it. We're just gonna wait and assess the market we have, and if we think that, hey, 60% correction is coming, just sit down and wait for everything to pass. All right, again, everyone on the arena, welcome. Please go ahead and share and drop the likes. All right, and follow me if you can on the arena app. Everyone on TikTok, go ahead and drop the likes. Check my YouTube link on my profile, and go ahead and subscribe. We're also doing 2 months live streaming on YouTube. Currently, second week doing that. So if you want to support in any way, that's only either you want to watch my videos, basically meaningful videos that I'm meaningful, not meaningful, meaningless videos that I'm dropping on YouTube every single day. Go ahead and join Team YouTube. We're trying to cross that 4,000. What is it? Watch hours. We have quite good amount of subscribers. So I'm okay with the subscribers. It's like similar, close to what I have on TikTok, basically on my YouTube. So it's just I don't post. I don't post that much because yeah, I don't post that much. I don't post content that much. Now we are going to do few live streaming, and we're gonna see the result of live streaming. All right. Anyone on the YouTube, which is barely anybody, because it was always underperforms every other platform unless it's a video content. But we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it. We don't care who's here. Appreciate everyone who's here, but again, we're not gonna stop for anything. All right. Plan is 60 days live streaming every single day on YouTube. YouTube is the main reason, but at the same time, if I'm going on YouTube, why not also try to leverage the time going live on TikTok at the same time? And then my favorite app, Arena app. But until Arena app drops the app, like the mobile version, it's gonna be hard. All right, unless we have a headphone for you guys. All right, thank you everyone who's coming. Drop the likes if you can. That would be appreciated. So now that we see where Bitcoin is kind of like consolidating, doing nothing meaningful. Am I sharing with you guys? We are at the trading view, so let's just change the. Oh yeah, I didn't show you guys, did I? So here is what our daily looks like. It does not look like it wants to even show a bit of carving. It's still heavy self downwards to the downwards. It's separated. So this shows me that there could be a little bit more. We're not consolidating anymore. It's heavy sell-off. Starting from Wednesday, October the 29th, that is when we ended the consolidation. When we flipped the channel to bearish was October 17th. And that's few days after the flash out. That's the daily though. Remember, that's the daily, right? So daily, this is what I'm talking about, just in case you guys want to see at the same time. I don't even know how to flip this. How do you flip the camera? All right. So this is what we're talking about. So that is the crazy liquidation day that we had. And you can see our channel flipped right there, right? We had a little bit of kind of like a recovery on the daily, but also that the 29th of October is when this channel completely separated, and it's currently we're under it, right? Now let me just make it a little bit cleaner by removing the RSI. You can see its separation is right there. We had the sell, right? And still we're in that heavy sell mode, right? This could either be a small recovery to the upside around here, just carve it a little bit. But as long as we are in this heavy sell-off territory, you would expect that to continue. Let me show you the opposite of what happens when we go opposite on the daily, right? So you can see how strong this upward momentum was, and that is the day we had that channel flip. That was April the 20th, 2025. And you can see how it separated, but also it sustained that separation. The entire channel, including was on top of the white line, and every time it comes down to test the white line as a support, right? Breakdowns down last, but you can see this is where we lost momentum. That's when we lost momentum on the on the market, and that was August 14th, right? Anything August 14th is just either noise or, let's see, it's either noise or sell off. No meaningful, right? No meaningful. Um, uh, so that sell off right there. So this is the one that's the only pump with liquidity, right? That was just flash the market downside, and then it just goes and consolidates. How do we know? Because the channel is not making any decisions. It's not going up. It's not separated. It's just a time of no decision, regardless of what, because we have like a huge down flash out to the downside, huge flash out to the upside, and then you have the opposite, and then you had that crazy pull to the upside, but none of it is sustainable. So you can see it's few days of flash to the upside, followed by few days or week of flash out, and then it goes the opposite, right? The only sustained movement where the channel is completely separated is what happened October 29th, right? So we had liquidation event, but the channel was a little bit healthier. It could have rallied and sustained the rally to the upside and basically keep forming something like this. But no, we did not. It was going to that downside, and now we have that movement to the downside. All right, so even if this comes up, the first challenge will be 93 or 90ish by the time it's reaching the first candle over there, and every level after that is a challenge too. Well, you can see it's not close. You're talking about 94. You're talking about the next one is like 96. Next one is like 97. So it's a heavy levels. Resistant levels that's sitting to the upside. Um, Here you could say it's an example where we went down, but you can see it's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah, we had a flush out, but look at it. Recovery, immediate recovery. It's not a small recovery. We had percentage wise, it's not small. Let me see price range. Is that price range one? No, I need a percent. No, I need price range. So my brain's not thinking today. So this is what I'm talking about. You had recovery around 21% to the upside, right? So it's not similar. What we had was a flush out, probably. Let me see if I can take it somewhere clear. So you had 21, right? Followed by about 20% or almost 19% recovery, followed by another flush out, another recovery, another flush out until we flip the entire channel. So yeah, it's playing the same game. It's separated, but look at the momentum, look at the volume, the amount of volume we have, right? Compare that to what we have right now. Where is the volume? There's no meaningful recovery, right? And you had, I mean, look at this. Just if we start there, that gives you like 30% down. You had a flash, 30% flash in like 2 weeks. All right, and you can't even have 10% recovery in the market. Look, it's not even meaningful at all. Where we are right now is just like not even 10% recovery. This is 30%. So no, these two can never be the same. Sorry, YouTube, everyone on YouTube, I can't show. I'll show you guys the next after the TikTokers. But you can see this is what you want to see. You want to see the fluctuations. You want to see that flash. You want to see that volume. right? So here is the other one. Like this was the longest consolidation that we've seen. This is the beginning. When was the 2024? Like March 2024 to when we broke that November 2024. So this was really long, like almost 9 month or 8 month long um, consolidation, right? And you can see it goes up like it's it's doing something. This liquidity, obviously the channel is kind of messed up. You see every time it comes down it pushes up again, so it's kind of like emotionally playing with people until you broke that channel and you had that crazy pump, right? What if this is the opposite of what we're going through right now, right? What if the flush out that we're currently experiencing is similar to what happened here? Now, if this is what happened here, hold on, let me just, if we do that and say we're gonna have this moment, right? Now we're talking about 73% pump, right? So if we seen 73% pump to the upside, that took how long? Let's see, that took how long? Man. So from this flip to, let's see, this flip right here, that was, where are my numbers? That was 139 days. So what if we're seeing the same thing, but what if this is going to be 139 days? Let's see, 36, that's 7, that's good enough, 39. So then we expect until March 2026. Unless next 2 weeks we see meaningful recovery to the upside and we flip this channel to the upside, then we're talking about substantial either consolidation, or we're going to see Bitcoin coming back to lower 50s or around 50s, testing 50,000. So one of those, we could literally come down somewhere here and then go up or 80s to around 100,000, and this would just continue the consolidation until over 100 days. That's if we do the same thing that we did here. And if we don't do, I mean, if we do the 75% drop down and we say, hey, it started from the top right there, not even just the flip. If we give ourselves extra credit and say that started 106, right? And we want something like 70% down from there. Come on. And we want something like 70% down. Yeah, that's gonna be very bad. But anyways, but if we say, oh man, yeah, no, that's gonna be bad. But we are 40% down, so who says we can't see 70% down? How would I flip my? All right, flip the camera. I'm struggling with that flipping. All right, so I hope you guys. Am I showing you guys? Yeah, everyone. I see you guys. Yeah, so that is what I think it's going to play at the same point. So either we are doing long consolidation to lower 80s, probably even 60s and 50s, which is gonna be a huge, I mean, a really good buy zone. Um, so that's what I think is happening. For sure, nobody knows what's about to. Let me get myself a coffee, okay? I'm not operating. All right, we got our coffee. We got our coffee. All right, we got our coffee, and we have a. It smells good too. We have our candle. You guys can see my nice candle. Thank you everyone on the arena. Keep dropping the love. Keep dropping the shares. All right, my two other platforms are basically dead. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Where are we? All right, here is, let me see if anything else dropped while I was doing that. Man, the computer's becoming slow. Ah, man. Okay, so um, we don't need any X posts at all. Let me see if X is doing any. If there's any market updates over there, then we'll just listen to them. Let me see if they're doing any market updates today. Yeah, they are. But let's just quickly run whatever we see. All right. So this article is about XAI, and oops, I'm not sharing with you guys at the arena, am I? XAI, Elon Musk backs XAI's Grok 5 in challenge to the top League of Legends gameplay. Is it gameplay or something? Who's playing the game? I don't understand. What am I missing? Elon Musk wants to use the Grok 5 to be a top human League of Legends team in 2026. He is asking developers to join XAI gaming platform to improve the artificial intelligence AGI capabilities to play games. XAI and Tesla CEO Elon Musk has pitted an XAI upcoming AI model game Grok 5 against some of the world's best professional league of legends players looking for a match sometime in 2026. Musk announced their competition on social media X platform Tuesday, on Tuesday, asking developers to join XI Gaming Studio to improve the new model pro in video gaming. Let's see if Grok 5 can be the best human team League of Legends in 2026 with these important constraints. Can only look at the minor at the mentor, also can only look at the mentor with camera, seeing no more than what a person with 2020 version can see. Reaction, latency, and click rate not faster than humans, he wrote. So basically, something that mimics a human, not smarter, could be smarter than human, but reaction time, the click rate, and the vision should be equal to human. Interesting. Who's gonna play with the AI? You guys gonna play with AI? Elon Musk ambition with the Grok 5 gaming ambitions, well, aspirations. Some days you wake up and you're like, I can't read anything. Today might be that day for me. Man, I put a lot of that sugar in there. It really tastes strong. Grok 5's release was initially meant for this year, but Elon Musk announced mid-November it was delayed to early 2026, according to the chatter from sources close to XAI. The upcoming iteration has 6 trillion parameters and supports multimodal capacities to process both visual and textual information. Let's see if Grok 5 can be the best human team League of Legends in 2026 with these important constraints. So basically, he's still putting parameters in there. Can humans still perform? I mean, a computer is a computer, regardless of how you constrain them. XAI estimates there is a 10% chance that Grok 5 could achieve artificial intelligence, general intelligence, surpassing the previous AI benchmark of its previous vision or versions. In 2019, the competition OpenAI group of 5 became the first AI to defeat human champions in an sport tour, besting on data 2 team OG in back-to-back gaming at the international finals. So what did OpenAI do? OpenAI 5 had been training non-stop since 2018. Oof. In June 20, adopting to model updates, game patches, and few new features. Um, Over 10 months, it consumed 800 petaflops and S days of processing power, experiencing about 45,000 years of data self-play on about 250 years of simulated experience per day. Elon Musk said Grok 5 will be able to learn games by reading instructions and experimenting rather than relying on specialized program strategies. Crypto Politan report about XI gaming ambitions in October when its CEO stated that his startup plans to release a great AI generated game before the end of next year. Hmm. So basically, he's saying um, Grok 5 will learn from instructions instead of, hey, we're showing you all the cool tricks and all how players, um, and then he can. Basically, that's OpenAI did. It's like they gave so much information to the AI and the AI was picking up little movements, um, coordination, from the players. But he's saying no. We're giving him instructions on how this is done, and it's able to do it by just processing the data. Good luck. That is why I think AI is going to be both harmful and useful. So let's see what side what side wins. You know, maybe it's the only thing that could stop humans being so stupid all the time. You know, give give AI the power decision making of the world. Let let AI make decisions. I forgot to power my phone so it doesn't die. Okay. Let's see what Binance is talking about. Okay, crypto exchange Binance's philanthropic arm has pledged over 200,000 support relief and recovery efforts after severe flooding devastating central regions of Vietnam. The VND 5.3 billion relief fund is meant to provide immediate assistance and support long-term reconstruction efforts, families and communities. According to am I sharing with you guys on that right now? According to several local news outlets, extreme rainfalls in Vietnam has submerged more than 52,000 homes and left nearly half a million households and businesses without power. Tens of thousands of residents have been evacuated from the most severe impacted areas. On November 21st, representatives from Binance Charity met with the Central Committee of the Vietnamese Fatherland Front, or VFF, in Ho Chi Minh City to officially pledge the 200,000 contribution. Binance Charity offers help to Vietnam after rain wipes away homes. Rainfall totaling about 1.5 meters or 5 feet over 3 days in several locations surpassing the 1993 peak of 5.2 meters in some parts of the country. Central cities such as Hawaii and Hai Trang, I can't even read, along with the Central Highlands coffee producing belt and born the brunt of the recent storms. Farmers in the highlands are already struggling with stalling harvest from earlier typhoons, which struck within weeks of each other and left widespread devastations. But government estimates natural disasters in Vietnam have caused damages totaling $2 billion or 1.5 billion euros between January and October alone. Wow. In thanking Binance charity contributions last week, Mr. Nguyen Hai Nam, a deputy chairman of the VFF Farming, warmly welcomed the delegations and praised the foundation's solidarity with the disaster-affected communities by protecting the good lives from the town once. So that's that good thing that Binance is doing, but also Binance is doing a lot of damage in the industry at the same time. So if you ask me, I'll say that I don't know what you guys think. A 9% move starts with the bullish Ethereum price predictions, and this is where people jump to become so bullish right away, even though we're still facing a huge um, risk of another downside move. All right, I move about okay. A move about it is needed about 9% raise from the current prices. If Ethereum clears this line, the chart opens for room towards the 3,247 and even $3,633. These levels came from earlier price stops where traders changed directions in the past month. The chart also shows something important about moving averages. A moving average is a line that shows the average price over many days. Traders use the to see if trend is weak or strong. Earlier this month, the fast line crossed above the slow line, a bullish cross. It often appears when the selling power is slowing. The last time the fast line moved under the slow line, Ethereum dropped sharply. This time, the cross is different, and the price has stayed from above the November lows. I don't think any of those matters once the market don't see any reason to go up, so I don't know why. Oh, I'm not sharing. Sorry, guys. Metaplanet takes move about 130 million Bitcoin loan as traders declare 80,000 to cycle bottom. So basically, everybody's calling 80,000 being the bottom, and yeah, it's time to take loans, I guess, for some companies. Metaplanet draws a new $130 million loan to accelerate Bitcoin strategy. Metaplanet has executed a fresh $130 million loan under its Bitcoin backed facility, expanding its balance sheet leverage as it deepens its long-term Bitcoin strategy. The new draws appears in company's latest disclosure, which confirms that the facility total faci- uh, facility's total limit remains $500 million, with $230 million now used following this loan and earlier borrowings. So they just borrowing money to buy more Bitcoin. According to the filings, the loan is fully secured by Metaplanet Bitcoin Holdings. The company's current holding is about 30,000 Bitcoin, an amount it says is sufficient to meet the collateral requirement across the entire credit line. The document notes that the firm will continue to adjust collateral levels depending on the market conditions and loan utilizations. Meanwhile, the new capital will support three core initiatives. First, Manavana intends to purchase additional Bitcoin as part of its treasury expansion strategy. Second, it plans to grow its Bitcoin-based revenue operations, including business lines designed to generate stable income from the digital asset reserve. Third, the company says it will pursue repurchases when the market conditions low. The filing frames the expansion as part of the broader strategy plan to position Metaplanet more aggressively within the digital asset sector. At the same time, the document emphasizes that lending terms remain tied to Bitcoin market dynamics, with the collateral ratio subject to adjustment and value shift. Traders maps 80,000 Bitcoin bottom with aggressive upside targets. Meanwhile, a crypto trader is calling $80,000 bottom for Bitcoin and mapping out a fresh leg higher. Scenario analysis Aurelius shared a weekly BTC USD chart on Binance that marks the recent downturn as near 36% level, labels the $80,000 area as this cycle out. The visual ties to recent move to earlier bull market levels, about 33% and 32%, which follow up the sharp rebound. So actually, we did more than last time. So this was 33.8, and this was 32%, and now we did 36. So he thinks we can get close to 160, adding another 80,000 basically. So, about 100% move. Let's see if that becomes reality. Las Vegas, new lawsuit. Okay. Relative services Israeli scale during Hamas attack on October 7th, 2023, argued that the world's largest crypto exchange have enabled the tragedy, noted by participating directly but not allegedly allowing militants group to move money freely through its platform. According to the claims, hundreds of millions of dollars of cryptocurrencies were transferred to Zaksvillage and other sanctioned functions because Binance compliance systems were intentionally weakened. The plaintiffs say this wasn't an expansion over the enforcement in anti-terror financing safeguards. Hmm. Yep. About that, who knows who's the bad guy? So Solana nears $140 crypto rotates back to risk. Let's see. I mean, I like it how within a week everything changed. Like last week was all about doom and we going this and terrible things are going to happen to the market, and this week it's like, oh yeah, we back. Solana is back, flirting with the $140 market. Finally looks like it remembers what a bull run feels like. What move is he talking about? We're still down from $240. Spot data shows that Solana trading in the highs $130, with the market cap around 76 billion and solid 24-hour volume in the market. The king of liquidity, that tells you big players are back in the game. The new driver this time isn't just a hype. Solana has posted roughly $2.85 billion in annualized network revenue, and its spot ETF have pulled in more than 380 million in net flows within weeks of launch. A second wave of Solana ETFs has already hit the market with a cumulative inflow of pushing past 480 million as fans try to front run potential leg. Okay. EU enforces DeFi regulations with massive fines. EU's federal decree number 6 of 2025 mandates central banks regulations of DeFi and Web3 activities from September 16, 2025, with fines of up to 275 million for unlicensed operations. The regulatory shift could reshape the cryptos market landscape, emphasizing legal compliance and tracing international investment while pushing firms to adopt quicker to avoid hefty hefty fines penalties. Sorry, EU mandates licensing on DeFi activities. Effective services include to those with payment functionality triggering compliance considerations. Self-custody wallets are exempt, but companies must adopt compliance by September 2026. The regulation aims to enhance financial stability and system cohesion. Reactions have been muted among the key DeFi players. No major statement from top projects like Uniswap or Aave. Legal teams are likely to review UAE government sources emphasize regulatory clarity, promoting economic goals, industry adjustment involving potential geo blocking for EU users by unlicensed DeFi platforms and increasing KYC requirements for UAE wallets and DAOs. Good luck to everybody who's running there for safety. All right. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you guys, everyone on the Arena app. Let's see what else is here. Let me see. I don't want to close all the tabs. Let's refresh this. We will also check the we'll check the news as well. So be patient. Um, but first, I like to just have understanding of what's happening when it comes to the financial sector first. I really want to see Polkadot recover from where it is right now. You know, I mean, I would be happy if it 200 access. These all day ones, man, this is too sweet. Hold on, guys. I'll be back. Yeah, so let's see before I share. I just want to check if there's any new articles that is not showing up the other places yet on some of the platforms. Mm, so World Liberty Financial. If you don't know, World Liberty Financial is one of the projects that was launched by Trump family, and they just want to use it as a banking. It has a stable coin, and it's trying to be an entire ecosystem. It hasn't been performing good, um, but I think it's the 15 around. It's around 14 cent right now. It started as I don't know, about 41 cents. So it's down. It's down, but it's not that bad. And here is a little bit of that information and how the chart looks like. I thought it was just an article about it, but it's just the price, and they're talking about the price and stuff like that. Um, yeah, this was the article. I don't know why I got out of it without reading it. Yeah, here's a bunch of layer ones that layer one blockchains are basic elements of decentralized computations. Let me just do that a little bit so I can see better. And storage. In this guide, we'll compare Solana versus Avalanche and Cardano Polkadot. I love all of them, but specifically price wise, I do not like Solana because it's a little bit too high. Tokenomics, I do not like Cardano because out of the four, it's the one with the most tokens in the market. Oh, obviously, if you compare the price, it's also cheapest because of that reason. But as a chain, I think it's the most stable, it's most trustworthy. Polkadot, I like it, but they just don't, they're not there. I like it. I would probably, you guessed it, I would take Avalanche first and Polkadot second because economically, the number of tokens in the market, I mean, Polkadot has got little bit more tokens than Avalanche. probably few more 100 millions more, and the price is substantial. Oh, sorry, no, actually a lot more. Actually a lot more, and you can see it's completely in the market. 1.6. I thought it could be 1 billion, but it's still about 1.6 billion tokens, and it's completely, a lot of it's in the market. It has a really nice staking rewards. Um, I think they will give you, I think they give me 9% for staking it. Uh, October 10th was the lowest. I did not catch that price, but that was the October 10th flash out. That was the lowest it had ever hit in the recent years. If you bought that price, congratulations. I think I did about around the $2, under $3. It's still under $3, but it's been going down. I haven't got anything extra. It's just I stopped there. I think I'm quite bit down on, but this thing is a massive. This thing went 2021. It went $55, and it had not recovered since then. But it's a chain to trust. I really like it as a chain. Oops, I'm not sharing. Sorry, guys. I wasn't sharing what I was talking about right here, right? But it's only like 4 billion, um, close to 4 billion market cap. I like how the FDV is exactly equals to the market cap, right? No unlock crazy numbers of insiders selling, no crazy amount of unexpected sell pressure unless somebody who, and you can see it like we're at the bottom. So if you buy in it, you're only 60%, you know, better than those who bought it at the bottom. I mean, they're better than you 60% of the price, or I don't even know how to say that. But basically, if they caught that, they're 60% in profit, right? And that was the flush. Not many people got that price. But where it is standing right now is still cheap. So by holding large quantity of Polkadot, you're kind of acting like you're early buyer. Because hey, less than a month ago was the lowest recorded price. So you basically buy in the bottom, what I'm trying to say, right? But if you look at Avalanche, let's see Avalanche. I don't know if it went all the way down, but you can see the lowest for Avalanche was 5 years ago, and that was $2.79, right? So Avalanche did not go as low. It is still 90% down, but it's 400% up from all-time low of 5 years ago, right? And you can see I keep sharing why I think it's better hold than Solana, because if you look at Solana, right, you have a lot of people who can sell. You have a lot of people who are in crazy amount of profit already. Look at this. If they're holding from 6 years ago, they are like in thousands, 26,000 percentage profit. So you stand no chance of beating these people. Even if they all sell right now, this is crazy amount of profit, right? It's only 52% down from all-time high 10 months ago. Still 2025, January 19th. That was all-time high. It's 55% down. Much better than 90 something percent down of Avalanche, right? So I think Polkadot still top 100 for the reason I have never seen polka dot getting out of the top 100. I've never seen in the past 5 years. It was always in the top 100. Performance wise, yeah, it's low. It kind of consolidates. You can see in the past years, it was $10 to basically $2. So by just going back there, where it was on December 6th of 2024, you're going to be in a huge profit. But also, look if it only goes back to that price, you're gonna lock in a lot of profit. So what I'm saying is, yeah, this number looks like a lot, but you are almost the bottom. Like what, 70% higher than the bottom, or 80% high? I mean, 80 cent higher than the bottom, or something like that. 60, yeah, 80 to nine, like a dollar. Let's just round and say $1 higher than the bottom, which it's not. Basically, a dollar, and the bottom was a month ago, right? So those are what I'm looking at. Economically, it's better than what everybody's screaming at. Let me show you SUI. Every single person is going to tell you SUI is going to be the Solana of this. But look at this, 3.4 billion tokens in the market. This is 10 billion. It's like 3 times more. Man, TikTokers can't even click one like into the stream because they're about to kick me out. All right, so that's what we're dealing with right now. Let me go back. And not only that, the bottom for SUI was 2 years ago, 2023, and they're 322% up. Now, yeah, it can run with connections and this and that, right? But what I'm asking myself is, what am I gaining from buying that, right? Those who are 300% with leverage, it's gonna be crazy amount of like. Let me see what something else that I'm confused. Let me see Hadera hash graph, right? We know it's up. It's 14 cents. Let's see. So 6 years ago was the bottom Hadera hash graph, right? It's 1,300% up. So you have coins like that that are performing extremely good. Let's see. Oh, there's another one I want to check while we're here together. Aptos. I think Aptos continues to underperform, and I think it's a good opportunity. Let me say, I have not checked there. So you see, it's not too much, but the FDV is a little bit higher than normal, so there's quite a bit um, of what is it, insiders. What I'm really excited about, and it's much better than Sui when you compare it this way, is look at this. It's 1.1 basically billion total supply, and you have 734 million in the market. It is trading on $2. Probably sure this was the lowest, but I'm not sure. A month ago was the lowest. It's only 2% higher than all-time low. So tell me better opportunity than Aptos right now. Tell me better opportunity than Aptos. It's even better than the one I was talking about. It's scratching the surface. Something that, right? If it's surviving and they're not underwater and the chain isn't dying, right? Then I think it's it is still price. It's like cheapest. And institutions and big banks and everybody who wants to get in the market is looking at this price and like, wow, it's like at the bottom. October 10th was the lowest, but it came back right there. So that means if you grab it right now, unless it is the early buyers, you are better than 99% of the holders. That is very impressive. I didn't even know that, but I knew it was somewhere close to what I'm looking for. But this thing is just, this is this thing is something to watch. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't paid attention, and it makes me think. Hmm. So there's some token unlocks happening. Okay. I mean, what do you got to lose? It's at the bottom, unless it goes to zero. So I would check Aptos if I'm interested in something that could could pose a real um, give us a real gains. I would say Apaxo selects volume hybrid and Aptos as a primary launch network. So it is very cheap. It has a potential of even giving you 1,000, 2,000, 3,000% up to the upside. I think if it gets the, I mean, you just have to understand the entire crypto thing is a risk asset. That's why it's a risk asset. But this is the bottom of the risk asset. It's not a small chain. It's a chain that got a lot of things going on. Yeah, so I am going to grab some for myself. I don't know what happens. I don't care what happens, but I think I like what I see. I could be making a huge mistake, honestly, but hey, we're here to take the risk. Let me see. Let's get out of there. And where's the article I was reading again? Let me see the article. Where is the article? Come on. They want blockchains. Okay, so basically those four blockchains, right? And we've seen Aptos is even better than Solana, Avalanche, Cardano, and Polkadot together, where the price is starting. Polkadot is the next best thing because it's only they're only 60% up from the bottom of October 10th. After the initial spread of coins like Bitcoin, the new layer chain, what is it? Layer one chains were created by potential to carry operations and solve more complex state and applications. Layer one chains combine a specific technology with the creation of communities and groups developers, becoming the building blocks of crypto money economy. Okay, understand the layer one. What is layer one? Layer one means blockchain architecture. A layer one network means a chain that verifies its own blocks through a various mechanism, mining, staking, based blocks, production, validated networks, or a combination of those security technologies. All the early chains are layer ones or L1 networks. In L1 networks, will carry out basic tasks of blockchain transactions, and what is it? Immutable record accessible for all users consistent mechanisms and transaction verifications by necessarily level 1 networks can be slow in comparison with other types of chain because hey, it's a later iteration, but you compromise the security in my opinion with the L2s. While ones complete the scalability and a developer attention, each layer one chain may be created by for a specific purpose and have its own philosophy and development. Some layer ones use different programming languages and have similar pool of developers to draw from. L1 complete across different metrics from carrying value to become a hub for decentralized apps. As a result, L1 chains offer different features of terms of transaction per block, general speed and consistent mechanism, and more. Creating a new layer 1 may be relatively easy, but achieving real activity is a slow process. Adoption has lagged for multiple chains despite their potential technology advantages. In when apps came to layer ones, most of them tried to demonstrate that there will be no transaction congestion, consensus breakdown, or other limitations. The post-Ethereum landscape, Solana raised as a challenger. Ethereum started out as go-to platform for decentralized apps, the first mover advantage, and significant available liquidity. Token creation also took off on Ethereum. Most immediate, the chain showed its first problem with more mainly congestion and high prices. And this was crazy. Like if you knew 2021, it was mess. Solana emerged in 2017 as an answer to the earlier upstarts of Ethereum congestion. The chain launched in 2020 and started inviting a wide array of apps. It relied on a limited number of validators which could handle large number of transactions per block. Solana was created as an inherent fast network compared to Ethereum, with plans for additional scaling. So basically, they started with what they thought was the biggest headache on Ethereum. And you know the whole issue. I think Solana would have been much more high price than it is right now. But they struggle with it kept going down every single time, and congestion started happening for them. And all right, so that is that. Solana's chain design includes a concept proof of history. That approach establishes a chronicle order which verifies and offers a tamper-proof basis for creating a distributed ledger. In this case, Solana proof of history is mixed in a hybrid chain of proof of stake with a validation hold a certain amount of sol as a way to prove loyalty to the network. Validators then coordinate and reach consensus on the state of the distribution ledger, creating a dispersing the latest block. Strength, weakness, blah blah blah. Avalanche. I like Avalanche. Let's go to the Avalanche. Avalanche is an EVM comparable chain which is notable for its subnets architecture. The chain is also split into different networks where Avalanche C chain is main network for apps and app activity and trading, gaming and other tasks. Subnets are a way to scale Avalanche to allow third-party projects to build networks with customized parameters. Architecture Avalanche launched with three main chains, XP and C chains. X chain is for the core tasks of the chain, including token creation, cross-chain transfers, and app that do not require orders transaction. The other specialized networks, P chain, is tasked with carrying transactions between validators to facilitate coordination. C chain is the user-oriented chain which carries tokens transfer from apps, games, transactions, and all other tasks common with other widely used chains. Starting Avalanche offers options to builders where most apps can start out with the C chain and then build their custom subnets if there is sufficient demand. If there is a sufficient demand, Avalanche EVM comparable and is this destination of bridging assets from Ethereum. Both C chain and subnets offer fast finality and potentially a seamless experience for apps. Weakness: Avalanche usage had a relatively complex user experience. Some of the earlier games require manual bridging of tokens and NFT for the C chain to new subnets. Apps on Avalanche also achieved limited user awareness after the initial wave of gaming apps. Hmm, I did not know that. So Cardano, we know what Cardano is. Cardano Ouroboros is a proof of stake network laying, relying on delegated staking. A consensus between validators is mathematically sound based on formal research before the network's launch. Cardano has 5 day finality period, during which time the network aggregators to delegate tasks, okay, queues, blocks, slots, and produce blocks, calculate the rewards, and distribute them all within the 5 day window. Huh. Strength with comparing Cardano versus Solana, the former has grown with a careful plan, trajectory, and formal verification. Cardano also has built a community governance mechanism and is fully decentralized. Hmm, that word hints that Solana is not fully decentralized. The chief of weakness of Cardano is that project spent many years with no real use cases. At this time, most of the notable ICO projects went years without any functional apps. Cardano also missed on the first Web3 bull market in 2021 and only hosted a small list of apps, DeFi, and trading in 2025. So basically, the only weakness that Cardano has is uh, taking time to build something that's real, something that does not break, something that isn't going wrong, you know, something that's real. Hey, what's up? What's up? How you guys doing? Everyone on the arena. Sorry, I did not pay attention. Let's see Polkadot. Polkadot, I'm interested what they say about this. But emerged as a scaling solution to Ethereum, designed to support multi-chain apps as well as secure communications and interoperability between different chains. Polkadot awards application-specific chains known as parachains, which share their security through nominated proof of stake. Architecture proof includes, Polkadot includes three types of chains organized eternal infrastructure services as well as the layers for apps. The network is centered around the Polkadot relay chain, a central hub and main chain that secures transactions and settles censuses and interoperability and connects all other system chains. Okay, that's enough for it. Let's see the strength. Offers a built-in interoperability and capability with other ecosystems. Custom chains offer project specific executions, while all the other chains rely on shared security, not wasting resources on their own validation. Weakness: the auction system to launch a parachain may be complex and limited to few projects. Parachain slots are acquired in series of auctions, with each lasting for a period of 2 years. That's crazy. Additionally, okay, each person must convince the Baccarat community to litigate DOT or DOT for the purchase bond and auction with a minimum of five Baccarat tokens. Purchase has grown to 100 purchase slots, but the constant need to renew and find community support is slowing for the ecosystem's growth. That's crazy. That's crazy. So strength wise, I think I think yeah. Man, come on, Bakarat. Well, to start with, that was very informative. Um, and you guys probably heard the difference between the chains. Yeah, I don't know. I still like Polkadot over everything else, to be honest with you. But then it's true. It's true. I mean, who knows what they do at this point? We just trust in them because, hey, they're big and they can pull together a lot of um, institutional support because they are in the United States basically. But basically, that's it. I don't see anything that Bokada does up to this point. Where if you see Solana is doing so much every single day. You hear, you see, it's not talk, it's action mostly, but it's also expensive. And you have people who are already high and they hold a lot of tokens and they can crash the market anytime they want. So I don't really know where to go from this or what to say honestly. Mm, it smells good. I love it. Yeah, I think that would be it. Um, Good luck everyone who is in the market. Um, I'll see the news headlines. Basically, that is it for. Mm, let's go to Fox News here, because we like to check all of it. We don't care who is who. We'll check both. We'll see if there's any. Um, yeah. So good luck, guys. I would probably live stream again if I can. There's no any useful news other than okay. So let's see the deal that we mentioned last couple times and everybody He's talking about the Ukrainian deal, um, and whether they agree on the 28-point plan, Trump's plan. But other than that, I do not really see anything useful at all. Ukraine agrees to a deal to end the war with Russia with only minor details outstanding. A U.S. official said even as President Vladimir Zelensky said more work needs to be done. Speaking as the U.S. Army Secretary was in Dhabi. How do you say that? Abu Dhabi holding a meeting with the Russian officials about the Trump's administration proposal. The officials say Ukrainians have agreed to a peace deal. There are some minor details to be sorted out, but they have agreed to a peace deal. The U.S. statement appears to go further than the public position of Ukrainian officials, who also have a delegation present in Abu Dhabi and who had been in contact with the Army Secretary Dan Priskov. In a post on X, Ukrainian National Security Secretary Raz Umerov wrote that the delegations have reached a common understanding on the core terms of agreement discussed in Geneva. We now count on the support of the European partners in further steps. Umerov wrote. He added that Ukraine looked forward to organizing a visit to Zelensky to the U.S., completing final steps mark a deal with President Donald Trump. In a post on X earlier this morning, Zelensky said, following with the meeting in Geneva, we see many prospects that we make back to peace deal. There are solid results and much work still lies ahead. So they went from no, it's not acceptable, we will not take that deal, to now saying yes, we are taking the deal because Donald Trump wants this. U.S. Army Secretary Dan Scholl is holding a meeting with the Russian officials in Abu Dhabi yesterday about the proposed plan for ending the war in Ukraine. Original U.S. draft proposed to end the war includes many ideas that have previously been forward and rejected earlier peace negotiations. So basically, yeah, the ones who like um, Ukraine needs to cut the military, do not join NATO, and so on and so on. And Ukraine was just hesitant to accept that deal. Sorry, guys. I thought I was sharing with you guys. Here's what I'm reading on the arena, guys. I put pressure on Kiev to secede territories. That's the thing. Secede territories limit the size of its military and promise not to join NATO. Those are the main things that Ukrainians have to accept in order to take the peace deal with Russia. So, and looks like most of it they are accepting it. So that's the main point. But other than that, you have amazing, lovely day. I'll see you guys when I live stream next. Everybody who's on my TikTok, please go ahead and check the top of my profile to see the YouTube, and go ahead and subscribe and watch some of my videos if you can. Anyone on my YouTube, thank you so much again. Appreciate you, and keep watching, keep sharing my YouTube, and join the community. We'll build an amazing community together. Much love, guys.